Hello, I'm Miss Hedges and I'm going to show you a few things that will help you with maths this week. So first thing we're going to look at is area and perimeter. So what is the difference between area and perimeter? Perimeter is if we were imagining going all the way around the outside of the shape. So if this person was going to walk all the way around the outside of my shape, how long would it be? Area is if we were to look at filling all the space within the shape. So sometimes they are drawn to scale, and sometimes we might be able to see some squares that we can count the squares to help us to find out how big our perimeter is and how big our area is. So to start off, let's find our perimeter. So what is the length of this side? Well, we can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 squares long, so I'm going to say this is 6 centimetres. Knowing what I do about quadrilaterals and that this is a parallel line and this is a parallel line, and we can see that they're both the same length, so I know that this one is also 6 centimetres. Doing the other side, 1, 2, 3, so that one is 3 centimetres, so then that one must be the same. So to find my perimeter, I'm going to be doing 6, add 3, add 6, add 3. So I might be able to use my known facts of my times tables. 6 times 2, 6 lots of 2 is 12. 3 lots of 2 is 6. Add 12 and 6 together, we get 18. So that's 18 centimetres long. So to get that, we did 6, add 3, which gave us 18. To find the area, we're going to do 6 times 3. That would be if we were to count every single square within the shape. So 6 times 3 is also 18. The difference this time, because we were counting each square, that's why we write squared, 18 centimetres squared. Let's look at this one. 1, 2 across, so I know that's 2 centimetres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one is 5 centimetres. With this one, we found that the perimeter and the area was the same number. I wonder if that's always the case. Make your predictions now. Is the area and the perimeter always the same, sometimes the same, or never the same? So let's continue. So let's find our perimeter for this shape first. We're going to do 2 and 5. That's 7. Then this would be another 2. That's 9. Plus our 5 here, that would be 14. There's another way we could work it out. We can do 5 plus 2 is 7. And we know because there are 2 of these sides and 2 of these, we're going to do 7 times 2, which is still 14. Or you might have done 5 times 2 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, and then add them together. Whichever way you do it, you still get 14 centimetres. Now for our area. This time we're going to times these two together. Remember, it's like if we were counting all of the individual squares in there. So 5 times 2 is 10 centimetres squared. So on your predictions of always, sometimes, or never, is the perimeter and area always the same? Well, we can't say never because we could see that this one was the same. Can't say always because these two aren't the same. So we can say it's sometimes. To make things a little more challenging, sometimes shapes are not drawn to scale. So over here we can see that this length of this side is 12 centimetres, but as you can see there aren't 12 squares, so we can't always count our squares. I'm going to find the perimeter first, so we know that that would be 12 and 12, 8 and 8. Now, knowing my number bonds to 20, I know that 12 plus 8 makes 20. And then I've got another side over here to add together. So 20 times 2 is 40. So my perimeter is 40 centimetres. You can do that any way you want to. You could just add up 12 and 12, add 8, and we'd still get the answer 40. Now to find our area, we need to do 12 times 8. Knowing our times table, 12 times 8 is 96 centimetres squared. So that's quite a big difference there between those two numbers, very different to our first shape that we looked at, where our perimeters were the same. In this particular shape, our perimeter is larger than our area. Okay, next challenge. This is a rectilinear shape, and as you can see, it's made up of two oblongs or rectangles. So we can cut this shape. We could cut this shape here to make a rectangle up here and a square here, or we could cut our shape here to make a rectangle and another rectangle. So I'm going to cut my shape here to make it a little bit easier. So for finding our perimeter, remember that's just going around the outside of the shape. So I know this side, this side, this side, and this side, but I don't know what this side or this side is. And as you can see, this side is longer than it is over here. But if I know this bit and I know this bit, then surely I could add that side and that side together to know the length of this. So 6 plus 6 is 12 centimetres. So this length from here to here must be 12 centimetres. Now we need to find this missing length. Up the top here, we can see that this way all the way along is 14. From here to here is worth 8. So to find this missing bit, I need to do 14 take away 8. 6 centimetres. So now I've found that, I can find my perimeter. So to find the perimeter, we need to do 14, add 6, add those two together, add 8, add 6, add 6, add 12. So let's work that out. 14 plus 6 is 20. 20 plus 8 is 28. 28 add 6 is 34. 34 add 6 is 40. And then we just need to do 40 add 12 is 52. So my perimeter for this rectilinear shape is 52 centimetres. Now, to find the area. So we've already cut the shape, making it nice and easy. So I've got my rectangle here. So to find the area of this, I know that this length is 14 and this length is 6. So 14 times 6. You might want to use your column method here to do 14 times by 6. And then you can just do 4 times 6 and then 10 times 6. Or you might know that 12 times 6 is 72. Then we've got 2 still to find. 2 times 6 is 12. Then add them together to get 84. Ooh, 84. So the perimeter of the first shape is 84 centimetres squared, but we're going to need to add that to the area of this shape. Now this one here is a square, and we know that the length of this, because we found it out, is 6 centimetres. And the area here, length here is 6 centimetres. So we need to do 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Now let's add those two together. 84, add 36. Let's hope I put my numbers in the right column this time. 4 plus 6 is 10. 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus 1 more is 12. So our total area of that shape is 120 centimetres squared. Hopefully this will help you when it comes to area and perimeter.